Paris Dennard trusts Donald Trump. I trust Donald Trump about as far as I could throw him, and with him being 267 pounds, that ain't far. As a matter of fact, I couldn't throw him, period, so I straight out don't trust him. But Paris Dennard apparently does. And I guess he falls into that same boat with all of those people that trusted Donald Trump, that bought that Trump University package across the country, and the same trust that those people had in the condos in Mexico where Trump basically screwed them. You cannot trust Donald Trump.
Washington Bureau Chief and my pal, David Corn. He's an MSNBC political analyst. And Paris Dennard, where David came, Paris Dennard, a Trump surrogate and former advisor to President George W. Bush. Let me ask you guys something, a question I've been thinking about. You know, we have this Presidential Commission on Debates. It's not actually a commission. It's a private group put together. Everybody thinks it's very straight, and it's very objective. Why don't we have a commission that says, no more pussyfooting around. If you want to run for president of the United States and you make it in the final rounds at some point, April 1 or something, you got to submit to a medical exam and stop this nonsense. We ought to know, we ought to know the health of our president when he runs or she runs.
Well, you can do that. You can do a financial exam. You can have accountants look at.
I don't mind that. I don't mind it. I know you're changing something.
I'm saying no. I'm saying you can do a psychiatric evaluation as well. The question is whether I don't think you can impose this. There's nothing in the Constitution that says someone has to be sane and healthy.
There's nothing that says you got to go to the debates.
No, you don't. But that's a choice. That's a choice. So candidates, I think you could set something up like that, and if the candidate said get lost, he or she may pay a price for that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
maybe I think Paris said a standard set of questions that doctors have to answer about you, so the public knows you're not. You know, we're at
Paul
Tsongas was in very bad shape when he ran. I mean, it does happen.
I mean, we had past incidences where President Kennedy. We had FDR, but their health was a concern. It was concealed from the American people. So I think there's some validity to the American people.
Roosevelt lasted a few months.
Well, there's
a month.
There's some validity to the American people wanting to know and having the desire to know about it. But I think at the end of the day, there are bigger issues that people around the kitchen tables right now after Labor Day are concerned about. And I don't know if it's Mr. Trump's colonoscopy or Mrs. Clinton, Secretary Clinton's pneumonia. I think there are bigger issues that we should be focused on.
Are you saying we shouldn't talk about health? That's what you're saying.
I'm saying that.
I'm talking about health right now, okay?
I think there's
this is what I'm talking about right now is health, okay? You want to say, I'm not interested in this topic, fine, but that's what I'm interested in. No, they both went to the trouble today, guys, of putting out their some medical material because they think the public wants to see it. You disagree?
I don't know if the public wants to see it. I think the public wants to hear about policy. The public wants to hear about deeper issues.
We've been talking about policy for years, sort of.
No,
okay, but you think the tax thing. Let's talk about taxes now, because this is death and taxes almost.
No.
Trump has gotten away with it. Bernie Sanders got away with it. He went right through his campaign, and somebody said, where's the tax returns? He chose that. He's not a rich man. Obviously, they're not that interested.
Well, Bernie Sanders never became the nominee. I think he would have had a harder time not releasing his taxes were he the nominee. Now, today we also have a piece out in Newsweek talking about the Trump Organization financial ties to overseas
Can we just
players.
stay to one thing at a time?
No, I'm just saying.
We're talking about health. No, really.
Well, you just talked about taxes.
I want to talk about taxes. Stay on taxes.
I will stay on taxes.
What is Trump hiding?
I think one of three things, if not all three things. He may not make as much money as you would think a 10 billionaire would. He may not pay a high tax rate or even a modest tax rate. He may still make use deductions, and he may not give anything to charity, which was even from his.
Why do you think Trump's hiding it?
I don't necessarily know that Mr. Trump is hiding it. I think
he's not releasing it.
I think what
he could release it.
President Obama said yesterday he's hiding his tax returns.
Just because President Obama said something,
is he not hiding it?
Mr. Trump has said that after his audit is done, he will release the tax. He releases.
How do you know he's having an audit right now?
Why do we have to assume everything he says is not true? Let's take.
Why does he have to wait for the audit to end? Richard Nixon had an audit.
You said earlier that it's a choice. You said it's not choices.
You know why I think he's got an audit? Because he said he'll release his taxes if he'll release their medical information.
Well, you know what?
So again, it's up to him, and he's chosen not to do it. That's all I'm saying.
I think he said that after the audit is complete, he will release it, and we should take about.
Well, if he doesn't release it before,
couldn't anybody running for president say the same thing?
They surely could.
If he doesn't release it before the election, it's meaningless. The only point to release these taxes is to let people know very important details about a guy who wants to have his finger on the nuclear button. He can release it if he wants to. Nixon was under an audit.
Governor Pence released his tax records, and what did that tell you?
It told us that he was okay, and he gave to charity, and he's not super rich. That's what it told us. It also told us that he didn't have any ties to other foreign governments.
Well, his life,
no, Governor Pence
his life is a lot different.
Because it was a choice, and because he decided
Wait a second,
that, probably because he wasn't under
wait a second, when he,
and it didn't tell us anything. It did not tell us anything about his character. It did not tell us anything about how he could lead. It did not tell us anything about his ability to be president or the vice president. So it's a choice.
It told us that nobody had their finger up his butt as far as foreign governments are concerned. That's what it told us.
Chris, when Pence was being vetted by Donald Trump, he gave Donald Trump his tax returns. So Donald Trump says it's good enough for me that I need to know about your tax returns, but Donald Trump tells the American public, forget about it. I do not have to give it to you. I do not have to.
Let's be honest. He said after the audit, I released the tax returns.
Biggest.
See, the whole problem with that, and it is the biggest bunch of bullshit, the whole problem with that is all Trump should have to do at this point, since he's hiding behind this audit, is to release the tax returns that are not under audit. Simple as that. He's not going to release those returns. I am willing to bet you he's not going to release those returns.
Yes, he's an excuse.
Who's auditing him?
I don't know the auditors.
What institution?
Whoever audited,
he could get taxes from 5 years ago. He could do this. It's his decision. He's hiding behind the audit as an excuse. That is clear to anyone.
Well, he can certainly document the fact he's having an audit right now if he wanted to.
He certainly could.
Do you accept my rule of politics? It's this: if it's better than it looks, they'll show you. If it's worse than it looks, they won't. Well, I think that's what politicians do.
Yeah.
They show you anything that makes them look better, hide anything that makes them look worse. That's what politicians do. I just think that anybody that keeps away from the public something that they're proud to show tells me that they're not really proud to show it.
There's too much information here that he probably can't put up with. Otherwise, you're right, he'd get it out. And he could even give us the first page. How much you make, how much you paid, and how much you gave to charity. He doesn't have to give us all the things.
I think if he sends the Clinton campaign,
not our taxes, she's in taxes for 30 years.
Emails and all the
emails don't exist now.
I think it's common practice right now to show your tax returns. I gave Bernie's people a hard time on this. Be consistent.
We should take Mr. Trump at his word that after the audit he will do it. Let's just do that.
You're taking him at his word. There is an audit.
I do. I happen to trust public officials. I happen to trust our leaders.
You happen to be a fool because most of public officials lie. So you're saying you trust most lying public officials.
Trust them.
That's crazy to wait that long.
We'll be right back. Actually, David Corn, thank you. Who doesn't?
So once again, we're being asked to trust somebody who we know is a lying rat bastard, racist, misogynist, xenophobe. Go ahead, Paris. You trust them, not me.